I believe we were created in a free world where freedom is a thing that all of us were not only created for, but we desire and we want and we need. Wars are waged over it. We fight for it. We battle for it. We want it. And sadly, some places of employment take away freedom like crazy. All the way from the way that we micromanage people and say they have to be in by this date, right at this time, and you take your break at this time and your lunch at this time and you leave at this time and your vacations are this time, to the way that they do their work, how we micromanage exactly what they're doing and how they're doing it. It must be exactly like me as the leader. And I get that because most, especially small business owners, they bootstrapped and grinded and worked really hard to just grab the bull by the horns and make the business as successful as it is. So as a result, they have a lot of trust in that. And letting go of the horns from that bull can sometimes be scary and it's tough. But if you get to a place where you give a framework and they keep the main thing, but give freedom and autonomy in how they work, you'll discover that, wow, the folks that you hire could actually be better at it than you were. And when you give people freedom in portions of their schedule, or at least portions of their day, they feel less trapped or less enslaved, and they feel like they're trusted. And that is a really big deal, because folks who know that they could get paid more by working somewhere else instead of working for me, some of the stuff that they say is like, well, why would I do that? Because I have so much freedom that enhances my life and my family's life here that it's big.
So can you maybe run through maybe a counterintuitive example of how you're providing this freedom to people? You mentioned schedules, which I think is just something everybody needs to be considering right now, right? If we're telling people you have to be in the office at this time, I mean, it's just such a turn off, but, and where you have to do your work. I mean, if you're not giving people at least the option to do part hybrid, for anyone that's doing office work, obviously there's exceptions for people that are customer facing in retail or whatever, they have to go to a place. But, are there some things that you've kind of discovered that are maybe counterintuitive, where you're giving quite a bit of autonomy and freedom to people and that you wouldn't expect to provide so much value both ways?
Yes. Now, before I say this, not everybody doesn't have to do it like me. Every business is different, but I give crazy amounts of freedom because this is a journey and something I evaluate every year. How could I give more freedom to people? So people can literally come and go as they please. There really isn't any clocking in or clocking out. They could take vacations whenever they want. They could take as much vacation as they want. I don't care if somebody is working 365 days a year, if they're only working 1 day a year, as long as they're meeting our mission and our purpose the best. I'm trying to create an environment where people have the freedom to thrive in not only the culture, but thrive in their production as well. And I try to give freedom with everything. Specifically, like I said, they can come and go as they please. They can take as much vacation as they want. And that's a big deal. But some intentional things I do to encourage more of that freedom is I buy everybody a laptop and a home office desk and a home office situation, whatever they need, so that they can work from there or from wherever they want. People can work from wherever they want, and they enjoy that.
Yeah. Now, I could imagine there's a lot of people, maybe thinking old school, like, wait a second, you just trust people to just take vacation wherever they want? How does this work? So just curious, for somebody who might really be having some cognitive dissonance right now, and this could never work for me, can you kind of maybe share some practical things that you've noticed about how it works, like how it actually functions for you?
Yeah. If you don't think that is going to work for you because you can't trust your team to actually work, that's a you problem. If you can't trust your employees, you hired them and you're keeping them there. I strongly recommend that you only hire people you can trust and that you only keep people that you can trust. But more importantly, I believe the opposite of what most people teach, and that is trust is earned. I believe trust is given. When I hire my team, before I offer them the job, I literally look at them in the eyes and I tell them that I love them and I care for them and I trust them, and I'm choosing to do all three of those things. However, if they make that mistake, I can also choose to take that away. So now I've given them this gigantic responsibility of my trust, my care, and my love, and I give it to them with everything I've got. And sure, I can take that away based on how they perform or the things that they do, but I give them my trust up front. And that responsibility that I give them, but then everybody else on the team gives them as well, creates unbelievable amounts of social accountability.